I learned from the healed masculine. In case we haven't met yet, I'm Jess. I'm the sole founder of Life in Confidence. And you might be thinking, what is the healed masculine? It's when we process, clear and heal the wounds that we have with the masculine, more so with the patriarchy, where the wounded masculine traits is all about domination, aggression, extreme control, competition, not seeing self-care as a priority, but instead a waste of time, and not seeing the value of what vulnerability, emotional vulnerability, has to offer in your growth and healing journey. So with this in mind, I've expressed these traits of the wounded masculine due to unresolved childhood traumas, where I received imprints of the programming from the wounded masculine in my father, in my uncles. And they were the men that I surrounded with the most in my upbringing, especially in my adolescence, and how it has distorted my identity with the masculine and how I showed up with the masculine. It was really difficult to have my heart open with the masculine, especially when it came to love interest and dates. I would push men away through sarcasm and bluntness. Deep down, I actually liked them too, and I wanted something more. But I projected that every single man who shows any sexual romantic interest is only interested in one thing, because that was my experiences with my father and uncle, where I've been sexualized in an inappropriate way, and also witnessing their sexualization by seeing hookers and mistresses as a way for them to escape from the chaos that was going on in the family home, in my family dynamic, especially with the wounded feminine with my mother. And with that in mind, I had to unlearn those imprints that I've experienced in my household around the masculine. And it has been such a difficult journey for me to build a healthy relationship with the masculine within myself. Because the way I've expressed the wounded masculine was being a workaholic, being constantly burnt out, and extremely competitive when it came to men, such as playing ping pong and wanting to win. And the man that I was romantically and sexually interested in, he was just playing as if he was having fun and had no attachment to winning, and he was winning every single time. And playing snooker with my male cousins and wanting to win and beat them, and they were younger than me. So there was this unnecessary competition, and I couldn't relax and just play with men. I had to fight them. And it was really heart-wrenching to go through these experiences with men, romantically, sexually, emotionally, how I was so guarded once I've exposed myself and then being rejected, and to put up a big shield and be this ice queen with them, and not being able to give myself the opportunity to heal and clear the air with the masculine. And so as I go down this journey of healing the feminine, I was able to start healing the wounded masculine in me, where I've learned the importance of slowing down and self-care, and how much of a shift it has for me, whether it's so obvious or so subtle. It doesn't really matter about the terms of outcomes and results, but as long as you're experiencing some form of alignment within your being in whatever shape, way, or form, it helps me to just allow the feminine in me to trust my intuition to lead instead of relying on the wounded masculine to lead through competition and woundedness. And through healing the feminine, I was able to heal the wounded masculine and to be able to execute task and constantly moving forward towards my goals and dreams and my ambitions with as much balance and play that I can put into my day-to-day. Now, it's not always like that every single day. There are times where I find myself not engaging in that self-care or play, and I would break down with all sorts of health issues such as the fever, flu, coughing, fatigue, exhaustion, and agitation, being moody. And from those experiences, it reminded me to wake up. Jess, you gotta bring yourself back into your center with the masculine and not get caught up in the wounded masculine of being a workaholic. And so by healing the wounded masculine, I was able to show up differently when it came to the masculine, when it came to men. I then attracted my beloved soulmate and business partner and best friend. And he was a really great role model for me. I'd say the second greatest role model for me in terms of what a healthy masculine man is. And for me, my perspective on that is that they are heart-centered and grounded and centered in who they are. They don't need to prove themselves. That who they are is an embodiment of the masculine. That they make choices that's grounded and centered. And they're doing it from a place of heart and spirit and connecting that sexual energy to drive them moving forward in the direction that is presented to them. And so when I met my beloved and kept interacting with him, he was able to hold space for me like no other man could ever do for me in whatever partnership that may be. And that brought a lot of healing for the little girl inside of me, that I was finally seen and witnessed by a man who actually gives a shit about me and just holds space from a place of love and compassion without judgment in what was showing up for me when I was experiencing triggers from the wounded masculine of avoidant behavior. And from then onwards, I had more confidence within myself that experiencing the healthy masculine is possible. And it wouldn't have happened if I wasn't open to that experience. Because the wounded masculine inside of me deeply desires to be seen, to be healed, to be loved in a way where it's not punishing or diminishing, which was my experiences with my father and my uncles. And so with the healthy masculine, I was seen through the lens of love and acceptance, and that I didn't have to prove my self-worth with them. I could just simply be myself. And that was the new imprint that I received from the healthy masculine. And as I keep continuing the journey of balancing, harmonizing, healing, and embodying and embracing more of the feminine and the masculine in a healed and more contained and divine and healthy functional way, I was able to show up even more and more in these qualities where I had the confidence to just be naked whilst receiving a massage by my beloved at a tantra training, and the men were massaging their female partners, and I felt so safe to just be naked, to be seen by the masculine while they were massaging their female partners. I was also comfortable to be dancing topless on the celebration night in front of men and women, because I had so much fear to be seen in my nakedness in front of men and women because of the abusive upbringing that I've experienced, that didn't make me feel safe to be seen in my nakedness, in my female body. So, to really help support healing the wounded masculine, it starts with self-care. It's as simple as that, because that's what the wounded masculine denies itself, is slowing down and engaging in self-care practices. And once we start giving this to ourselves, that wounded masculine starts to pacify. It may take a while for it to pacify because it's so foreign for that version of yourself or aspect of yourself to receive such nourishment in that way where it's being seen. And when you start to get used to doing these acts of self-love through slowing down and self-care, it starts to stabilize your nervous system. And then the healthy masculine starts to rises from the wounded masculine to be able to hold space for yourself to better deal with your emotions. Because when we're in the wounded masculine, we just explode with anger, and we find it really hard to contain our emotions because we're not grounded, we're not holding the container for ourselves to slow down, to process our emotions. And if you feel that you need further guidance, support, and work with healing the wounded masculine and experiencing the divine healed masculine, you might be interested in attending my full moon past life trauma clearing circle via Zoom to clear up some karmic ties in your past lives that's showing up in ways that you may have experienced woundedness with the masculine within yourself, with others in previous lifetimes, in this lifetime, that's showing up from the past lifetime, as well as the patriarchy, as well, the society that has been set up by the patriarchy, such as governments, the legal system, the pharmaceutical system, the healthcare system, the food industry, all that sort of stuff, where it creates so much distortion and control in how we need to show up from a wounded and robotic place where we're disassociated from our heart space. You know, this is the patriarchy imprinting. And so the past life trauma clearing circle can help you to start dissolving some imprints that we've taken on from that. I am also running my face-to-face 2-day immersions on transforming trauma in Adelaide, Tokyo, and London. So if you feel called to dive deeper with me on a face-to-face level, you will not regret it. It would be such an honor for me to support you and start clearing ancestral, past life, childhood trauma, woundings, as well as experiencing customized family constellations and galactic healing, light language transmissions, body work, and so much more. So if you are curious to learn more, or if you'd like to book a spot or book a free clarity call if this experience is right for you, please click on the links in the video description below for you to learn more and to register or book a call. I am also running my conscious relationship workshops in Sydney, Adelaide, Tokyo, and London. So if you feel called to rebalance and harmonize and heal the avoidant and anxious patterns that is stemming from the wounded feminine and the wounded masculine, and how we can start integrating and embodying them so we can really show up for our conscious relationship with our beloved, whether you're partnered or single, this is for you. So click on the links below to learn more about this experience, and you're welcome to book a spot or book a free clarity call if this is in alignment for you. So there you have it, my loves. Anything is possible. when we heal and harmonize and balance the wounded masculine, bringing that part of ourselves into light and healing, so we can fully show up in our ambitions, in our projects, in our creativity, in our career or business, in a way that creates stability, that foundation of how we can launch ourselves moving forwards in our growth, in our career path, in our life's purpose, and holding that vision for ourselves to keep moving forward in a way where you allow yourself to be supported and guided through the process instead of being hyper independent and doing everything on your own, right? So that's the wounded masculine. And so with the healed masculine, we learn to be supported in the process of moving forward into the right direction that your soul has been longing for, whether it's your spiritual path or wealth creation or your career. So my love, if you got something out of this video, please do me a favor and help me to share this message as many people as I can by subscribing to my YouTube channel, giving this video a like, place a comment below and what you got from this, and share it with your loved ones as well who are in need of this message right now.